Battle of the Retailers. Morning, YouTube. Welcome to the weekend. Louie here. And you know what I think is missing on YouTube? I think a good, honest smash up or mash up of what the prices are on, a few different popular silver items. So I'm going to do that in what I'm calling Battle of the Retailers. What we're going to do is pick, for today, we're going to pick what I would consider the top 3 bullion retailers online and match up 3 different products and see where they're cheaper. And you may be buying today and you would want to know where the cheapest premiums are. And it's actually not only the premium, you have to check the spot price because they don't often reflect the COMEX spot price. Let's get going. We are going to do 3 retailers. We are going to do Apmex, JM Bullion, and SD Bullion, and let's see how they compare. This video is not sponsored by anybody because I don't do it that way. I just want to find you guys the best prices. All right, so let's go ahead and start looking for Eagles. Let's start over at Apmex. And we're going to do lots of 20. I think that would be a logical place for most people, I think. And we're going to do the cash price. So tubes of 20 and cash price and American Silver Eagle coins, starting with Apmex. Let's find ourselves a tube. Let's see, a random year. All right, and I'm going to write this down. We've got a checker wire price for 20 at 42.13. Let's get over to JM Bullion. Hopefully I'll save you a little time this morning if you are shopping. And let's do American Silver Eagle. Yeah, there we go, random. All right, and for 20 over at JM Bullion, you are going to pay $43.45. All right, let's get over to SD Bullion, and let's look for Silver Eagles. There they are. And at SD Bullion for random date Silver Eagles, you are going to pay, for a tube of 20, you are going to pay $42.80 each. Alrighty, so for that one, Apmex is the winner. Let's move on. We're going to do 10-ounce bars. Let's do silver and the cheapest 10-ounce bar. Let's do 10-ounce bars. We'll get back over to Apmex and go into 10-ounce bars. And what do we have here? The Apmex brand, the Cast Pioneer, and the random date. All right, I think the random date's going to be our cheapest, and one of those is $296.30. All right, get over to JM Bullion and 10-ounce bars, 10-ounce silver bars, and the cheapest price at JM Bullion appears to be $296, $294. All right, probably the random. Let's see, one of those is $294.50. And over at SD Bullion, the 10-ounce bars are, let's see, yep, probably the first one here, which would be, again, our design, our choice, $291.04. So that puts SD Bullion in as the winner of 10-ounce bars. All right, for this round, SD Bullion has won. Let's move on to a sovereign coin, going back over to Apmex. Now, I'm just going to pick the Britannia because they have been some of the best prices lately. I'm not saying I recommend Britannias per se, but they have been some of the lower prices, but you may want a maple. Let's see, 1 ounce BU 2023. I don't think they're going to have a random date. So the 2023 Britannia, they are for a tube of 25 in this case, 29.83 at Apmex, 29.83 for those of you that love sovereign. Let's get over to JM Bullion and let's look again for the silver Britannia. And we're over at JM Bullion, and we have the Type 1 and the Type 2. The Type 1 being Queen Elizabeth. The Type 2 is cheaper, and there may never be a Type 2B with the crown on the king. Apparently, there has been a tradition of the kings not wearing crowns. So that may or may not happen. But let's take a look at the Type 2 Britannia. And we've got that at 29.65. Okay, let's get over to SD Bullion and let's try to find ourselves a British Britannia. And let's make sure we get the Type 2. Yeah, here is the cheaper of the two. And at SD Bullion, a tube of 25 is 29.10. All right, for the sovereigns, we have got SD Bullion as the winner. All right, so just to recap, Eagles were cheapest at Apmex by a little bit. 10-ounce bars were cheaper at SD Bullion at 291.04, and Britannias were cheaper at SD Bullion at 29.10. Pretty good bit cheaper at SD Bullion in general. So we will be doing the second tier retailers next time, and you can save anywhere from $2 to $5 a coin at some of the $2 to $5 an ounce at some of these other retailers. But this was the major retailer smash up. Now, I think that the weakness in metals has been largely a function of the 10-year bond and the U.S. dollar, both rates and value rising pretty significantly over the week. And I think, there is, aside from all the stories of a debt ceiling deal and then no debt ceiling deal and then the stock market going up and the stock market going down, what you're interested in is metals, and I think that has been a function pretty much of the 10-year bond. And those rates have been shooting higher, almost irrationally so. I think that's a result of people getting out of the bond market as the debt ceiling drama plays out. As people sell their bonds, that drives rates up, and that helps the dollar go up as well. And that is usually not a good thing for metals. So I think that's what's happening right now. People are just stepping out of the bond market and, hoping that this whole mess gets resolved. In terms of the stock market, well, if you're trading on headlines, then you're probably getting crushed. So I would probably step aside here and see what happens. It'll either be catastrophic, the wheels could totally fall off the bus, or they'll reach a deal, and then we'll see where the markets go from that. But from now, I think we're getting somewhat of a pullback due to uncertainty in the bond market. That's the way I see it. How do you see it? Do you see opportunity here? On the bright side, the prices are down. Silver looking more like a commodity lately than a precious metal, which can be a good thing when you acquire. When you're looking for lower prices, premiums edging lower, dealers having more sales, better sales. So this is the scenario where you want to keep buying when there is doubt in the market and when the premiums are dropping. We may not be at the bottom yet, but we were in a nice bull rally. They cracked gold under resistance, which was a little scary for gold, but then it came right back up when the dollar started dropping on Friday. So, silver is below resistance and looking weaker. So we'll just have to see if it firms up here and begins its uptrend. That's all I have for this week. I hope you guys will tell me what you're doing. Are you still buying, or are you on the sidelines waiting for lower prices? Louis out. Have a great weekend.